Good afternoon and welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, home of the Jayhawks. Royal Crest Lanes for day 2 of the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour, brought to you by Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri. Ryan Ragland with you as some of the guys are completing Game 7, and we have a copy of Game 6 right now. We'll get that up for you so you can take a look at it. And I guess I should have brought a sheet because my screen's a little bit too small for me to look at. Let's see if I can pull it up this way so I can see it. There we go. Rick Gebauer, who made the show yesterday and lost on a tough shot on the last ball in the 10th on a Stone 8 lead. David Moorhead from Kansas City in second. Tony Manta Jr. from Papillion, Nebraska. In third, Don Breeden, who made the show yesterday in fourth, and Richard Crocker, who made the show yesterday, also is in fifth. And you can see Doug Code, Doug Hittinger, Kevin Mason, Brandon Leibel, Jesse Cannon, and Kelly Bonna. So there's your there's your top cashers and the top 5. So you can see there's a little bit of gap. Didn't see some of the scores, but I would say up to maybe Kevin Mason has a chance, but I think I saw Kevin Mason cleaning his equipment. So to me, that would lend that he didn't think he threw enough to get there. So we are just waiting for the completion of a couple pairs down there to get done with Game 7, and then we will have the announcements of the top 5, and a little bit of a review from yesterday in Topeka at Gage Bowl. Great show. It was a great finals. As Richard Crocker fell to Don Breeden, as Breeden started off with the front 5 and never really looked back, and he finished 237 to 203, I believe it was. And then it was Rich Gebauer, and ended up defeating Don Breeden, and then Rich Gebauer took on Steve Points, and Steve Points kind of fought back as he ended up finishing the last 5 as they were tied in the 8th frame, and then Rich Gebauer had to punch out in the 10th to force a roll-off, and he leaves a beautiful Randy Peterson 8-pin. It's on YouTube. You can go back and take a look at it. It was pretty sad. I talked to him earlier. He says, "Hey, I threw a quality shot." And I said, "Yeah, yes, you did." And then it was Kelly Bonna, the top seed, taking on Steve Points. And Kelly Bonna just stayed clean, stayed within himself. And he ended up punching out, or actually he filled the 10th after he'd already gotten the win. Trying to remember, Steve Points, I think, needed to punch out to force a mark, and ended up going 369, or ended up going 7 count spare, then left a 369 as fill. That turned it into just making a good count, and Bono walked up and just peered one off his hand, and he ended up taking his first win in Topeka yesterday at Gage Bowl. So, yeah, another great show. And you can see the picture with on the Facebook page of the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour, and you can take a look at the standings there. Also go back on Facebook, and you can take a look at the on YouTube. Take a look. Well, I have it posted too, so I guess there's that. But yeah, you have the link for yesterday's show on there. So that's, not sure why it's telling me to do that. I'm trying to bring up something, and I do not know why it's. Anyway, let's just try it this way real quick. Yeah, I'm trying to open some. I'm not sure why it's. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That'll work. I was trying to bring up all the sponsors that we have real quick. Wanted to say huge thanks to obviously Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri, as they are title sponsor of the broadcast. And we'll have the end of the year invitational tournament that will be going on in May. And also we have renewal by Anderson, their second year with the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour. Also Breeze Ironworks Quality Steel Fabrication since 1948. I Am Bowling, 900 Global, Storm, Rotogrip, Jason Chris with Face Designs doing all the graphics for the tour. Finley Transport out of St. Joe and Lisa Finley. Shelter Insurance, licensed in 10 states, so give her a call if you want to get a quote. Also, we have OK Trophy in St. Joe and Visionary Wealth Advisors. So a huge thanks to all of them for their support. And without them, we couldn't do it. And, of course, you guys watching and all the bowlers, 50-plus, that basically show up every tournament. And we've talked about yesterday, it's kind of like a huge family. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just back out. You don't need to hear me talking. I'm going to play a little bit of repetitive music just so we have something to listen to. And as soon as we get the standings and Dan gets the announcement of the top 5, we'll get that going, and then we'll have the All right, Ryan Ragland back with you at Royal Crest Lanes, and we're getting set to announce the top 5. And I'll get the microphone to Dan, and he can make the announcement.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dave Pritz was plus 168. Jesse Campbell was plus 179 for 60 out of the cash. 11th place, Kevin Mason, plus 188. 10th place, Steve Slocum, plus 199. 9th place, Julius Mickel, plus 202. 8th place, David Moorhead, 205 over. 7th place, Brandon Leibel, 207 over. 6th place, Doug Code, plus 209. Your step ladder on lanes 13 and 14. 5th place, Donnie Breeden, plus 228. He will bowl Tony Manna Jr., who was plus 237. The winner of that match will bowl Doug Hergenrader, excuse me. He was plus 234. 2nd place, Richard Crocker, plus 254. And your tournament leader today was Rick Gebauer at plus 276. Good bowling, everybody. All right. Tony Manna, Donnie Breeden, give us a few minutes here and we'll get the step ladder going. Thank you, everybody. All right. There's the sheets.
Thank you. All right, there you go with the top 5. And we'll try to get back to the deal here and get everything set up. Who's yelling at me? He's coming. It's going to be a good show. Dave Axon bowled just bad enough to make the studio telecast. So, but as we said, Rick Gebauer shooting 276 over, tournament leader. And Richard Crocker at 1654. Doug Hergenrader, who was a couple of pins off the show yesterday, is in 3rd. Tony Manna at 1631's in 4th. And Don Breeden made the show again back-to-back weeks at 1628. So give us just a little bit. And hold on. And we'll get everything set up. Got to get some banners going, as you heard, being ordered by said Dan. So we'll be back in a few and be back with the first matchup of the Step Ladder Finals at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence. Ryan Ragland back with you in Lawrence at Royal Crest Lanes for the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour. And I forgot. That's not right. Hold on a second here. What did they give me? I didn't get the right ones. All right, hold on just a second. This is going. I can already tell this is going to be a good one. Ryan Ragland back at Lawrence at Royal Crest Lanes, first match of the stepladder finals of the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour, and there's three things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and if Tony Mannett's going to make the show, you know who's going to be sitting right beside me. And he's busy texting Tony's better half. Just so what? So we can get more stories on him? Is that what we're doing? Oh Lord! Yep. This is going to be a good one. Usually is.
I got everything you need.
Everything you need. Yep. Even if you're in Lawrence.
I'd almost catch.
Rafe Terry obviously didn't have such the best day, but yeah, we're the train's already off the track, so don't even worry about that. As they're still getting some. Yes, I will say, Dave, that purple is good even in Lawrence. That's
good in Lawrence, and Kansas City,
good
Omaha.
Even in red.
I'm not even sure.
Iowa State?
Yeah, oh shit, Iowa State.
Anyway, you weren't doing too bad that I saw, but was that about the only time?
No, it was doing pretty good. Then the lane broke down, and
then you were done.
And then I still shot 240, but I was on a 7-bagger when it broke down, and I didn't get to throw a ball for 15 minutes.
Oh Lord!
And of course, he didn't give you no practice, and for me here lately, this is my first. Well, it's my second tournament back, because I bowled yesterday since since my injury, and it's been a long almost 4 months, right?
It doesn't take much, does it?
Man, the physical therapy was good, and And of course, this time I followed everything the doctor told me to do.
Attaboy.
Last time I got a little laxed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm trying to get all the sheets.
Well, it looks like we got practice done here. Tony and I think Donnie was beating himself up earlier, and all of a sudden, oh shit, he just shot 200 over.
That's all it takes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay.
Crocker. There we go. Crocker. Bergen Raider. Tony. Okay, now I have the proper 5. I had some extra sheets that pretty much threw me off, so. All right, take it easy. Have a good trip back.
Hey, Fridge.
Oh my goodness.
I got money.
Hey, that's more than what we pay him.
Yeah, I made more money than sitting on the mic here.
There you go.
Randy Peterson. We're back.
You know what? I was getting kind of worried about the Chiefs game early because I have them for 28 points and I have Carolina for under 19 and a half. Proton physics, I do believe.
That's what he's throwing. That's what he threw a little. Well, of course, yesterday, kind of, everything. I was.
You got to talk into that thing.
Shit. I thought I had it up there. Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, he totally threw that ball yesterday quite a bit because I don't know, big difference between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Yesterday had a lot of hold.
But the track area gets a lot more sustained.
But yeah, it was all right. But yeah, the shot here today was very strange. I mean, I found a lot of hang outside a little bit late in the day. Now I say late in the day, late in the morning.
Right.
But what did Breeden shoot his last 3 games? I'm curious because he was down in the dumps. He was beating himself up, and yeah, see.
It goes 88,
Yeah.
65, 27.
Yeah, when he shot that.
Well, he was down in the dumps when he goes buck 72-0.
Yeah, and
he goes,
he beat himself up, and yeah.
I tell you what it was. I know exactly what it was. He left his jacket in Topeka.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there tearing everything down, and I'm about ready to go. And the guy comes over and says a guy named Don said he left his jacket. And I looked at it and I go, Breeden. So I'm looking at here. I think the 201 was, let me see. He was on the low end, so that would have been, yeah, he was down 5 and 6, and that's when he got his jacket back when I got here.
Yep.
And I handed it to him. It was the jacket that did it.
I'll be, it's funny. Herbenreger left his jacket there yesterday too. Except he called up there, and Tony and I still was at the bar having a cocktail, and the guy come over and says, "Hey, some guy named Doug says you need to bring this jacket tomorrow." And I said, "Doug who?"
So first name bases around. What are you talking about?
We got here this morning, and Doug says, "Hey, did you get my jacket?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" I says, "I left right after you did."
You would do that. You would do that every time.
Oh, let's see here. I got his wife. What do we got here? So I told him. I told him. I says, "Well, we got Tiny on the tube and me on the mic," and she comes back. "Well, that's a new occurrence."
Hey, like I said, there's three guarantees in life.
Yeah. So I gotta show you something here that I'm gonna.
You gonna make me get my glasses on?
You won't need it.
I won't need it.
No. I found this meme on Facebook yesterday that says it all for Mr. Manna. I'm getting him a T-shirt made for Christmas.
Jeez. And you're gonna force him to wear it during league, right?
Oh, he wants it.
Oh, he wants to. Uh-oh. Oh.
There you go.
Oh. Watching the Chiefs replay. Those people.
And That's Mr. Manna to a T.
There you go.
Except his wife comes back and says, "Oh,
He likes people. They're just
he likes
selected.
beer more than me."
Tony with a change to the
Chase
infinite
balls.
physics. I was going to ask him. I've got mine. I haven't thrown it that much because I've been kind of saving it for when I need it. I need to find out if I need to just leave service and let it lane shine or touch it up when I get done with like every 5-10 games.
I don't know. Messing with lane surfaces, that a lot of people do it. I try to use what comes out of the box, but and let the lane shine come to it. Really,
That
the only time
that one took a whole mid lane pretty hard.
only time when I'm really going to do some lane surface, to it is.
Right.
I mean, I would rather have I used to have two balls are the one, one with surface, one with not,
Right.
However, what we got here? Donnie broke the split up. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he looks like he's throwing a lot more. He was throwing the pin down negative shifted wine hustle yesterday. This one looks like it's a lot more surface. I come to this house. Last time I bowled was when we had State here. And for whatever reason, when I bowl here, I have a hard time reading down lane. It's like the ball's moving, but I don't see it right, and I do not know why.
Could be the color of the ball. I mean, it's just a lot of times what some of us used to do.
That one even, he
is,
got that one left early.
We used to take a piece of white tape and put it where you could see the ball, but then
Right.
a lot of other people started going to the different colored grips, so you could read the ball with the grips.
Yeah,
So
I know some guys, they will take, like, I put tape in the back of my thumb,
Right.
and I use, like the 1-inch white. I will put it up just high enough if I need
Over the
to,
thumb.
just enough to, if I can see it, at least get some kind of read.
Right.
If I'm throwing a solid color.
Yeah, you just got to be able to catch a glimpse of it. Who got hurt? You didn't see that?
The receiver for Carolina,
Is that the one who flipped over at the
Yeah,
end?
McDuffie.
Yeah, McDuffie, yeah.
McDuffie just, cut his legs out, and he didn't land. I don't think it was very planned, so it looks like they're taking a lot of precautions with him.
Oh, that's good, though. I mean, really. Oh, he's that's interesting. Had a way to open up the 5-7-10.
Little can opener.
Yeah, he moved inside quite a bit. I didn't think he was that deep. I didn't think he got into about 20 there. I
Well,
don't know.
he was throwing that proton, and it didn't look bad the first one. Then the second one, it just kind of looked like it just kind of read the midge just a little bit too much, and he was like, all right, that's all I need to see.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony struggled yesterday a little bit, and so. But anyway, it's good to be back throwing a ball again.
I bet.
So my wife was about ready to. Oh, did you see that shot?
Muscles.
The 5 fell forward.
Blow the fingers off.
The 5 fell forward.
Yeah, I'm sure the wife was ready to get you out of the house pretty quick.
Yeah, well, see, my wife just had knee surgery a month ago, so she had her knee replaced, and so we've both been, on the injured at home, and
Neither one can help each other out.
well, I mean, I was still okay.
There's a
but-
ball change.
But
Yeah, good ball change.
She told me, she goes, Dave, you got to heal. She goes, you need to get on the road again before I hurt you. Yeah, so
Don't you have a bingo parlor to go to get out of here for a little bit? Or
no joke, man. I left the house yesterday morning. She says, she goes, next thing out, it was party at my house. And all of a sudden, my ring goes off, and all of a sudden, here comes girls at the house. I'm going, damn, I told you we need to go home. I'm gonna tell you what, I never seen so many 3/4 10s than I have.
And
this weekend.
I think that's where my problem is reading down lane to try to get the ball to face up.
Well, the one thing I noticed in the past 2 days, for the most part, is that asymmetrical stuff was what you had to have to get the ball into that roll, so it'd go through the pins.
Yeah.
Solid.
You mean
pockets.
here?
Yesterday too.
Really?
Yeah. The
Well, Kelly was throwing the origin.
Yeah, so I threw mainly, except for just about a half a game, I threw all asymmetrical stuff there. But yeah, I mean, it's just so funny that even here, the little 3/4 tin. And that hit seemed to be everything to carry, was the light hits. Those when those flush balls here, boy, they just.
How were the light shots here? Were they?
I thought the light shot was extremely good here and at yesterday's tournament myself. But
Well, I was talking to Kelly Bonner a little bit today, and he said that he had bowled on the TV pair earlier, and he was. That's
should have stayed light, Tony.
Yeah, that's mean. He said he actually moved right 5 boards when he went back for the title match.
Yeah,
He said reason being that the racks weren't quite as good, and he didn't want to sit there and cover boards, so he was actually more firm with it.
I crossed next to him yesterday, and he's right. I mean, you catch a good piece of hit pin. The kickbacks were lively.
Uh-oh.
The kickbacks were lively, and they all carried. Your problem is it's hard to sit there and try and throw a ball light, because it's so that when it gets down the lane, it's a fine line between that 3/4 tin, or Puff Daddy, then throwing pins everywhere. But I didn't think the scores would be higher today than they were yesterday, but they were. Kind of. The leaders yesterday, we had 2 people over 300 over. Today, I don't think we had any.
Right. One thing I do need to make mention, evidently our stream might be a tick. If you're watching this live, our stream might be a tick off. I am recording it, so I will get it re-downloaded, so you'll get the full uninterrupted, I guess you could say.
Yeah. That's a good shot there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ball change.
Yep.
By Breeden. And now this is about the time it starts getting interesting. 46 in the 7th possibility. We're in the 7th, and then you're talking 60. So
Yep.
Still a 20-pin difference, but Breeden made the ball change, so he's back in line, and
Yep.
which is kind of interesting. I mean, you're talking about 2 contrasting styles.
Bowling styles. Oh yeah. Probably, and you're looking at one. You got one guy playing 20 something, and one guy playing piking it up
5.
To, 5. Yeah.
Like they say, I get more grief thrown at me for going to a house shot tournament like state or something like that at some place I haven't been to for a while, and I'm going, hey, I'm not going to get stuck with something I should have brought this and not have it with me.
Yeah.
If I need to run out to the car, I can change shoes real quick.
Yeah. I was telling Tony, one of the things
that one went late.
One of the things that we were talking about this time, I did a lot this time, is I strictly follow doctor's orders on what to do and when to do it and how to do it and so forth. And it's one thing Tony was, he was worried about. He goes, "You really want to come bowl?" And I says, "Well, this is the tournament to come bowl for the simple reason is that there are house shots.
Yeah.
They are soft. Let's face it, they're soft, and it gives you a little bit. It gives you a little bit little confidence in your deal that you can, get up there and execute some shots. And of course, when you wing one out and it comes up dead flush, you go, yeah, hey, I meant to do that.
Exactly. Sure.
But it allowed me the opportunity because I had no expectations coming out here.
Right.
Yeah, I was 50, 60 over yesterday, and I was 140 today. So
That's
I
not bad.
was pretty happy with myself.
Well, Breeden needs to punch out
He will
to have a chance.
I think here's what's
We
going to
got
happen.
a 39-36 possibility.
I expect to see Donnie. I think he's gonna post the first two in there and take a chance, which makes Tony throw the first two.
Yeah.
So now you're almost in a match ball for match ball. I was going to ask Donnie.
My running back just scored a touchdown. Thank you.
I was curious if what Donnie going to the basement for this year. There's
that clacker.
There's that what I was telling you. You catch it just doesn't tilt over.
It just that one pushed just a couple feet too far, and that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. He could have got a little. Could have got a little quicker. He could have hit. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened, but yeah, that's what happened. Well, Tony's. He just needs count now. So then we're.
Yes, yeah. Mark and count.
I don't even think he needs a mark. 215.
No, that's right.
He only needs.
Yeah,
he only
that's
needs
right.
a
8
count. 8 whiffs, 215. It'd be a tie if he strikes. So, so he's going to need 9
on that
first
one.
ball.
And that's the one thing about when Donnie throws equipment like that. He's got the white slug, for his thumb. You can just tell when that ball sets the way it does. It's just it could have a weak layout, but man, that thing still pushes hard.
Yep. Ooh, 10 pin.
Tony's looking back, going, "Uh-oh, what?"
Oh, it looked like he got that inside of the juice.
So that's going to be it for this match.
Yep.
Tony's going to go get by Don Breeden, so we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with match number 2.
A little pause for the cause.
A little pause for the cause. We'll be back in a little bit. with you in Lawrence. Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour brought to you by Gladstone Bowling, Gladstone, Missouri, where we will have the end of the season invitational tournament. I will not be a part of that because I haven't been bowling and I'm just not good enough. But hey,
I'm planning on it.
As Doug Hergenrader gets just to his last shot, as we'll see what he wants to do. And you talked to Tony, and he said this pair is
He says it's pretty
quite going.
He says it's pretty cooked.
Did he give it a temperature, or did he just say they're going?
Yeah, he just says it's pretty cooked. He says he's almost 2 arrows left to where he was. So, and like I said, he's probably at about 22, 23.
What is the newest ball that Tony has? I mean, the newest ball that I basically see him throw is the Infinite Physics, which is one of his favorites.
And that he's got, I don't know, he's been throwing he's been throwing a hyped for quite a bit. But
Oh, okay.
Tony gets the equipment, you know. He's on the Roto staff. And hi, Doug. How you doing, buddy? Yeah.
I'd figure something like the Road Warrior would be something he'd look at in the Origin. And
Yeah, make sure. Yeah. I was going to tell him Doug left his shirt again. I was going to tell him, hey, I got your coat, brother.
I got your back.
I got you back when you come when you let go.
So Doug decides he wants to finish on the right lane, and that'll get Tony finishing first. And Doug the only lefty, so he's gonna play the Steve Points deal yesterday. And Tony's gonna stick with the Infinite Physics. I got to figure he's not putting a whole lot of hand in it if they're, if they're moving pretty harshly on him.
Okay, what we got here? Tie match here. Of course, it's only the first frame, so it would be tied, wouldn't it?
He's looking almost 25. He's deep in 25.
Deep in 25 now.
So he's not even getting it to 10. He's like 25, getting it through the first marker. Well, no, he's not even. He's inside the first marker too.
So it's kind of interesting because today there wasn't a lot of hold at the pocket today. I mean,
one thing that I noticed that I forgot to mention: Tony doesn't wipe the oil off his ball when he gets done.
Never has. I don't think he ever has as many years as I've been bowling with him. Oh, yeah.
That one kind of labored. It looked like it wanted to go, and then it just, okay, now we'll go.
Yeah.
But if they're that fried, he's made a big parallel move.
From qualifying, yeah. I don't think I hit this pair. Let's see here. I was at 3 and 4.
No, you were on 15 and 16.
I was on 15 and 16
when I
That's
got
right.
here.
Yeah. So.
I was going to try to get Jesse Bauer over here, and I guess it makes sense when I got to thinking about it, because I was like, oh yeah, I can get Jesse on here for a little bit talking about Royal Crest and everything, and he's switched over to two-handed now.
Yeah, I watched him bowl at the Tomsu this here past week. So, and he was bowling, and I watched it. I went.
He did about a year ago.
When did he go to two-handed?
Almost a year ago. I'd go to the Greater Ozarks with him. And he was throwing two-handed there. So it's been almost a year.
Speaking of two-handed, Tony's son, he actually can bowl two-handed. And Tony and I have been trying to tell him today, maybe you ought to go that. You could, I mean, he's still pretty talented with one hand.
Yeah, I told my son it's been bad for me, and me and him text after we bowl and stuff, and just what's going on. I said, dude, this is the first time that I've actually legitimately went, two-handed, huh?
Yeah.
Just,
I barely have enough coordination to throw it one hand, let alone two hands.
I don't want to have to do that little skip between the fourth and fifth step. That'd make my body blow up. That one he sent out a little bit further right.
And
He
guess what?
probably didn't want to do that.
Probably not. Yeah, it's funny. I tell myself, I actually tried to throw two. I've actually tried to throw left.
I tried it left-handed. People say I throw a better ball left-handed.
I'm about as discombobulated as you can get. You know what I'm saying?
There was a guy back in the day when I worked at All Star Lanes in Salina. The manager was left-handed. He had a nice simple game, and I kind of checked around with it a little bit and tried it. And I'm like, I don't have a ball drilled for me left-handed,
Yeah.
but I think I probably could, but it just the aiming just doesn't feel like it'd be there.
You know, if I had, Ryan, if I had to switch now, I'd quit.
You'd quit before you did that. I've got a friend of mine. He works the Woodland Bowl Pro Shop for Tim Mack.
Yeah.
And he, I go to nationals with him, and he was one-handed, and he switched two-handed, and he's turned it up.
I think you're seeing a few of them do that. I was saying,
And then he gets that one in, and he goes labored.
We were having a conversation here. I can't remember here not long ago that we were saying. Matter of fact, it may have been you and I the last time I was on the mic with you. Is that I am betting in 10 years. The one-handed bowling is going to be nostalgic. I mean, I just don't think you're going to see much.
We don't have any two-handers in this tournament. We haven't had any, and that's for the simple fact that age group, it wasn't.
No.
I'm not going to say it wasn't an option, but it wasn't thought about.
I think, and I've never really had the conversations with Walter Ray because he throws it.
He's done that, yeah.
And,
Didn't he won a regional like that, didn't he?
He did win something when he was.
And I
throwing
think it was on string
two-handed.
pins.
Could have been. So I haven't seen him and talked to him when he can do it because he actually does it pretty well. But yeah,
It doesn't look right when he does it.
I think for us, at our age group, I think I just don't know. And here's the deal. That's what's going to tell the difference in two-handed bowling is when you get older and you get up into the seniors.
Right.
How much leverage can you? Bye, Jesse. Nice to see you. You leaving? Thanks, Jesse. See you later. Thanks for having us. But the thing about it is that I don't know what not necessarily the longevity of it, but the physical abilities that you need to have it throw in two hands. I don't know if your average senior can do that.
Well,
I don't know. That's time's going to tell us that.
there hasn't been many.
No, there hasn't been.
Outside of Walter Ray, but I guess the thing that I'm thinking about is you look at guys like Anthony Simonson.
Yeah.
You talking about deep knee bend? Holy moly!
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Ricky, he's out of Colorado. He went from he's on our tour and he's throwing it left-handed. Ricky Sizzler. I can't remember his name.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And he switched to two hands.
Oh, did he?
Yes, and he
won one of the regionals in
Yes,
Junction
he did.
City menu we're bowling in. So I do know who you're talking about.
And so he switched to the two hands and on the tour, and so he actually is on our tour, and he's the two-hander that I know of. Outside of him,
He's a minority.
Yeah, we have another one. I think he's a lefty. I think his name is Ken Fox. He throws it. I believe he throws it from the left side two-handed, but you don't see many. And I think it's a physical thing. For us.
Slow 10.
Yeah.
I got to think that after he leaves the ring 10, getting it right on 14, then he gets it in a little bit, and he kind of goes the half 10, gets it to carry, and that one was kind of slow. I got to wonder if he's going to pinch a little bit more in and loft it.
I don't know. We'll see here. I found out today that I tried to loft it just a little bit, but too much early hook. I mean, it just yeah.
But as deep as he is, there hasn't been too much traffic there.
Nope.
Yeah. And then when he
I
tried,
was,
looked like he tried to help at a pinch, and it just bumped.
I was gonna make a prediction if Tony don't strike here double, that I think Doug's gonna.
You could tell by his hand motion.
I think he's yeah.
He's like, okay, I see what you're doing to me.
Yeah. But I knew he really, really, really needed to strike there.
Do we want one of those translator mind readers into Tony's mind right now after that?
Oh, no. It's like somebody having a mind reader. You know, there's like somebody being a mind reader. Yeah, so much. You really don't want to get into this mind.
You don't want to do that. You see that caution tape before you got in? You might want to heed that warning.
I can wear one of those as a belt.
Yeah.
I may donate my mind to science. Now that's interesting. I never really watched him bowl this week, but that's the first time I watched his ball reaction. He's actually getting the ball to hook. He's not playing, up like most lefties will go up and in at him.
Well, he won.
Didn't he win?
He won the Gladstone. I'm thinking it was. I don't think.
Okay,
it was
that was John Shaw that I'm thinking about that won the overall thing last year.
Yeah, the Open. Bergen Raider won that one there, and he was throwing a Don Breeden special negative shifted wine hustle. And he said they were getting pretty well cooked also. So he went to that, and he was playing up and in.
Yeah, he's. I got a feeling Tony's.
So before you leave, are you guys stopping across the parking lot?
At
Munchers.
No, I don't know yet. Hey, we went to a place last night that they were all telling us about called Johnny's. What a bar and tremendous food.
Really?
Yeah.
In Topeka?
Here.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Johnny's. I guess we went to the original one.
Have you?
Crocker was telling us about that.
They've got some good stuff here too. They've got some.
Yeah, back in the back. This bar this is a nice place. I love it. The staff's good, and so forth. But yeah, we went out there and we watched the football game last night, and we sat there and ate. And,
watch KU kick Colorado on the dirt a little bit.
Yeah, I was watching KU because, of course, it was on every freaking TV, and I want to watch the Longhorns play. Of course, but hey,
that one there, that ball there looked like it wanted to go, and that time it didn't. What do you say? What do you say?
Yeah,
okay. I got it.
But so yeah, this was a good little place. And of course, and I told Tony, I says, "Hey, you think they'll turn one of these TVs to the Texas game? Are you?" I said, "Hell, I'll take the Nebraska game." I mean, it was fun. I think what
if KU could have done anything the first 5 games of this year,
they've beat their last 3 opponents have been ranked, and that hasn't happened ever with a team with a losing record.
I did not hear that.
A team with a losing record, they have beat their last 3 tournaments have been, their last 3 games have been against ranked opponents that they've won, and there's never been another team that has done that with a losing record.
I did not know that. I did not hear that. That's
they actually they were actually pretty good. I enjoyed watching them last night.
Well, and you watch, you see how they. Well, I went to go see Washington play Rutgers with a friend of mine up that lives in New Jersey.
Big ball for Doug right here.
That's got out, and it came screaming back.
Screaming back. That's hard to beat, my friend.
That's when he gets that. But
well, you give that to anybody. I mean, whether you're left-handed or right-handed.
Right. But we were talking about KU's first few games and how they've been, losing them just so close in last possession or last 5 minutes. I made the comment. I said, "Hell!" I said, "If KU could have done anything the first half of the season, what could have been?"
Yep, Tony's gonna make him show up, but I mean, it's you're looking at what's that 220? You're looking at 250 soft right now, and Tony can get to 48. So
Yeah.
But here's the deal, with our game, bad doo-doo happens.
It does.
On good shots.
It always does, yeah. And you're just looking for that one time. And it's almost like the key is 35 feet.
Uh-oh.
And that one labored.
Nope.
So the one before
He
looked like it wanted to go and didn't, and then went. And then that one got down there and went, yeah, not this time.
I'm not
Which
sure.
looks like the same shot that we had a couple times on that
I'm
lake.
not sure he caught that one as good as he's caught the last couple,
Yeah, that's...
But, hey. Well, Tony, you're a little right of that 7-pin, buddy. You didn't miss that by much, my friend. I know that. Hey, that looked like me shooting a 2-pin.
So Doug Herdenrader is going to move on, and we'll take a break. Be back with Richard Croker and Don Herdenrader coming up in a few minutes. we are back in Lawrence at Royal Crest Lanes. Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour brought to you by Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone. Invitational tournament coming up in May. And we will have the broadcast of both the qualifying and the round robin. That will be coming up. Next month, we'll have another twofer. It'll be a non-champions at Revolutions Lanes in St. Joe, and then the Open the day after that. And I have to look and see December 21st and 22nd. So you're eligible for the non-champions in
Yes,
St. Joe.
I'll be there. Yeah.
You'll be there.
So Doug told me to do a shout out to his family. There's at Washington. He told me I had to say something nice. I always say something nice about Doug. You know,
we can try to.
Yeah, Doug's a good Doug. I've known Doug for I'd say 1 or 25 years, somewhere around there. I've known him for quite a long time. He's a
Right.
good dude, but Doug's battled back through some health issues. God love
Yeah.
him. And he's probably throwing the ball just as he's
Probably
throwing
well
the
as he
ball
has
just
for a while.
than what he has for a while. So there you go, Doug. I said something good for you.
There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna ask your
Just
opinion.
don't forget your jacket again.
So I'm gonna ask your opinion on this. Everything's gonna hit on my big parlay, but I have the Lions under 33.5 points, and they're at 21 going into the fourth quarter.
Man, you don't want me.
And the Colts have the ball.
You don't want me putting. It's like I got a black cloud over my
But
head.
do I cash out? It's up to 40 now on a $10. Do I cash out?
Take
Down to 36.
man, take the money and run, as they say.
As I was once taught, it's not how much you win, it's how much you don't lose.
How much you'll lose. Oh, so we're back into the match here, and who we got here? Let's see, Richard. Yeah.
I'll keep track of it for a little bit because the other ones I don't think is going to happen.
So
Now Carolina can score a field goal for the rest of the game, and that's it.
yeah, okay. All right, so this is I tell you what.
And I have to apologize. I accidentally said Croker, and it's Crocker.
It's Crocker.
I accidentally said Croker. So
We got it right that time, John.
hey, did you get that over there? I said Mr. Crocker.
Yeah, John, we got your name right this time, brother.
So
Elephant ears.
he wants to criticize, but he won't get on the mic. That's how he rolls. He wants to criticize, but he won't get on the mic.
Yeah, him and his brother. Yeah, it's funny. And they'll separate the two of you next time, man.
We won't get the bowl again if we get another fight.
It was funny yesterday. They Dan separated them yesterday because I guess the last tournament they had a little disagreement between brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so Dan separated them, and put one on one end of the house and one on the other end so they wouldn't come near each other.
They bowled together today, didn't they?
Today they bowled together,
Okay.
yeah. So got back in good graces. Got back in good graces with the tournament director.
So everything's going to be okay at Thanksgiving.
Oh, as
this
far
week.
as I know, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, just checking.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I had. This is a side note. This is the selfish side of me. But so my son played for Gardner Edgerton, and I did a broadcast for him. And they're going to their third straight state championship game.
Ooh, did you see that?
That one went. That one screamed. I wonder if he got a little bit soft on the speed.
Don't know, because I can't.
Not that it wouldn't. You wouldn't think it'd have been that much of a change.
From my advantage point, because I can only see the ball that it leaves his hand, and
Right.
I don't see it till it gets down there because he's in front of me. I guess I could look up on the screen, but that was actually I was a little shocked that it tilted up so hard.
Yeah, it took off that far. But
That's got to be the first shot that he's really thrown.
that's been bad. But Gardner's going to their third straight state championship game. They lost the first one, won the second one. Everyone's all hyped up. Now, for years, Class 6A state championship has been on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Well, now they're moving 5A and 6A to Emporia to play at Emporia State.
Right.
Chiefs are playing on Friday.
Okay.
I have family coming over on Friday for Thanksgiving, and they put Gardner playing Manhattan on Friday. You
Yeah, no, that
spoofs. Don't
sucks.
do that.
All right, let's see if Doug can he can just forget that last frame here. Okay, there he goes. Good shot there. Whoa. So there's what most bowlers you'll see a lot of. That they'll make that shot, try to overcorrect it, and he
Yeah.
almost had the nasty luck that
And
most
make sure he gets to it, but not hit it, and then it just starts going a tick weak.
and it's just like it was dead on arrival, but so it's we'll see what Richard does here. I'm not sure if he goes by Richard or because
Conversations off mic are incredible. Oh, the backdoor four.
he throws the high heater at it. Here it
Who
goes.
is it? Is it JJ Masney has the Trip 4? Someplace has a Trip 4 Pro Shop.
I think
What's the
that's,
one that JJ
I think that's JJ. I
Is it
think could
JJ?
be.
Yeah, I love the name. Is that guy smooth?
Yeah.
That's just. I keep telling him every time he puts a post about a new ball, I go, dude, just stop. We get it. You're smooth. You have zero effort.
Well,
Wow, that ball made a read about 35 feet, and he's not going to cover a lot of boards, and that ball rolled up hard.
No. So, I just got to. It looks like my wife's feeling better. She's out to the total wine, and
There you go.
I'm a-
She'll be feeling good when you get home.
yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, I bowled next to Richard all today, and he kept the ball in play. And I sometimes that's.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah, but like in these tournaments, you know as well as I do that keeping the ball in play here, that's like kissing your sister too. I mean,
I don't have a sister, so
okay, well, kiss your brother then. I don't know.
I ain't got a brother either.
Oh, okay, kiss mama. You got one of them, I know.
There you go.
So, but trying to keep the ball in play here. This is probably one of the few tournaments. It's hard to play defense in this tournament.
Right.
That should be flush.
Well, and when you're a lefty,
Yeah.
it kind of makes it impossible.
So after the little errant shot that Doug threw, he came back, threw 2 quality shots, and he's back into the match again. So.
Wow. Yeah, he is a little bit further left than you'd think. But he drifts.
He drifts to
He
the
drifts
right.
10 right.
That's the best hit in the house right there.
Yeah.
That's absolutely the best hit in the house. So I didn't realize how much he drifted.
I didn't either until you pointed. I'm like, what the heck?
Let's talk to his brother. I says, yeah, he does. He drifts. I'm going, yeah.
So I'm keeping the eye on my parlay. 10 for 120.
I'm telling you, man, you better cash out.
Yeah. Detroit's at 3rd and 8. They don't need to push an issue.
Boom. There's another good shot. Hey,
Is that a journey?
I think yes, I do. I believe it is.
Yeah. I haven't thrown that one yet, but
That is, I actually, when I was thinking about it, we were actually talking about Belmo should be coming out with another ball here pretty soon, but I never really thought about using a big block ball, because all of Belmo's balls that he's ever come out with always rolls heavy with that because it tumbles because of the weight block and so when the lanes get a little toasty, which they appear they are,
get
those big block balls seem to really go through the pins a lot better.
get tumbly, but don't stop.
Correct. Yeah.
tumble isn't bad, but if there's no energy left,
Yeah, so, and this was one of Belmo's. But yeah, he should be coming out with a new ball here soon. Well, Doug's back on the track. He's gonna make Richard show up here. So
and Doug Hergen or Rich Gebauer.
Well, he
Rick
bowled
Gebauer,
yesterday. I really felt bad for him yesterday. He
Was
should have
was
won.
that a hit?
And he absolutely just destroyed the rack. And then he comes back and, I mean, God love him, he missed that seven
That was
pin.
a solid 10th frame.
When he missed that 7 pin. That's it. That was that's what if you look, that's what Tony did too, and it was on the right lane too. You notice that it checked up really early, and but yeah, he bowled yesterday. He bowled really good yesterday. He got up and he threw it. I can't remember which frame it was in. It was about the 7th frame, I believe. He smashed a 7 pin, and he got up and. Probably like anybody else, he didn't get up and really thought about what he was doing, and he just got up and he threw at it, and he missed it by, he just missed it
Right.
horribly. Cost him the match at the end. That's what because he bowled so good there. So it'll be interesting to see what he does when he comes up here. Made the finals yesterday, led it today. With that split.
He's going to need
Mr.
a bunch.
Croker let him.
You mean Crocker?
Crocker, excuse me.
Hey, you're looking to the right. Make sure you're not going to get
No,
chastised.
I did that on purpose. I didn't think, just in case he was listening. But I mean, yeah. So he didn't trip the rack.
Should be able to just hit the reset.
Yeah, got to reset that, Rich.
Hey, Richard. There you go. Should we tell him to throw it harder next time?
Move up in weight class. So that's all
Go
right.
from 112 to 120, 118.
For about a week, the doctor had me throwing I was throwing an 11-pound ball for a while just to get back into it. It's funny. You throw it and the ball just comes off your hand. It does. Then all of a sudden you're getting good when you're throwing an 11-pound ball after it being injured and so forth,
Right.
and it's flying down the lane. That's the way I guess. Maybe I should go ahead and
Just stay with 11.
Go up and maybe go up poundage or two. And
Yeah.
I just took a ball off the rack, took it in the shop, put 3 holes in it to throw.
Here, plug this one up for me.
No, it was no plug. I just turned it upside down and
Oh,
hit
you
3
turned it
more
upside
holes
down.
in it.
Shift everything over to the side so that way you're not thumping over the fingers.
Ooh,
Wow.
now Doug went a little straighter that time.
Yeah.
I think because one of the ones before that he
Well, he
sent
went-
out he sent that one out that was in the 2nd frame, and then where it checked up and he had the big 4-6. And then the last couple that I've watched him, he's actually moved in a little and he looks like he's trying to bump that spot down lane. See, he's not going out as far. And atta baby, tickle me softly, right, Doug? Atta boy. That's a good shot there. Yeah, Doug wants me to say, it's kind of hard, guys, for me to say something about the Huskers when I'm a Texas fan.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I'm just a military transplant.
So we'll ask you this question. Does Texas really deserve a first-round bye in the playoffs?
Not the way they've been playing the last couple of
Okay.
weeks. I mean,
Well, you look at what Georgia's done, and then
man, what a shot that was.
Yeah.
And, left
that
the
didn't
9-pin.
help any.
And the ball never deflected. No, I mean,
And they had Georgia at one point, the first team out.
I'm a realist when it comes to my football. I mean, when you're playing bad, you're playing bad. And right now they're not. When he got hurt, I'm all about when you get hurt, you shouldn't lose your starting position.
Right.
But however, the way that Archie Manning was playing,
You mean like Rich Gannon and Elvis Gerbach?
yeah, when he was
That's still salty from.
when he came out, and Archie Manning came out and he played I think it was 3 games, and the boy lit him up. And I'm not sure. I think they should have kept playing. That's me.
And it makes it hard when the replacement comes in and he's playing well.
Ewers is still. He's not as sharp as he was. I mean, he's still making it count, but they are just not playing very well.
No,
They're
not
playing
up
enough to win.
Yeah.
But anyway, I promised Doug I'd say something nice about the
And we did.
Huskers. They won last night. So
Did they? Who'd they play?
who did they play?
I didn't keep track of
It
Big
was,
Ten
it
yesterday.
was like 44-25. That was
okay.
the score. I forgot who they played.
Yeah, he made the move.
Yeah, it was a little late, but a good tournament for Rich Crocker. Yeah, got that in
You
there.
got it correctly.
Got it correctly. Yeah, Mr. Crocker. He bowled he had a good tournament this week. Bowled good.
Just don't forget the R.
You just don't forget the R. That's what it is. And they may be separating me on the next tournament. So, but it was a good tournament, and
Yeah.
he ended up he's gonna
Well,
finish
if you make the
ninth.
finals, it makes
This-
a good tournament. Period.
So he got up and finished out, and that's how you finish. A little soft 10, good tournament there to Richard, and a little respect.
It's amazing how one frame can just go. Oops.
Just one frame just toasts you, and you make that. And of course, that's what happens when you get on these high scoring conditions. But you look at it. Are they high scoring in this? I don't know. Yeah, Doug's going to shoot back to back. What did he shoot last game? Look, I didn't see.
79.
79. He's going to shoot 58. There's a good shot. Look at that.
And that's going to be a win.
But that's a winner. Doug leaves a little weak 7, but he's going to pick up the win, and he's going to move on to the title match against Mr. Gabauer. Right? Is that
Bad luck Gabauer.
Bad luck. Is that bad luck Gabauer? So, but
Should be interesting because he's not going to cover a whole lot of boards.
He doesn't cover a whole lot of boards, so he's going to be a lot like Richard covered a little bit more. But here's the deal: I've watched you watch Tony, and then you watch Richard, and they both have moved in from where we qualified at.
Right.
I mean a lot too. Like Tony said, it was close to 2 arrows left for him.
Right.
So.
But that is still in Tony's wheelhouse, though. So.
Yeah, it's a good tournament for Doug. He ends up with 236. He brings home the win, so he's going on to the title match against Mr. Gabauer. This should be interesting. Little conflicting styles, I guess you could say, more or less.
So I'd say similar, just opposite sides.
I think. Doug Hooksball. He brings the ball around the corner a little bit, so
He'll cover a few more boards than Rick will.
I think your couple of shots here, you're gonna know pretty quick if he's in the zone. So
yeah, he's going to have to find that friction off that first shot.
all we gotta do is get the tournament director to get his tushy out of the way so we can see.
So
hey, that tushy makes a better door than it does a window. So, yep. So it was interesting. I haven't seen much of him bowl that much, to be honest with you.
just pretty.
What was he? 270, 80 over? Is that what he was? Or
276.
276. Yeah. See, there's what I think is going to happen to him. If you watched his last couple of practice shots, he's tried to go up and at him like he's done pretty much all day today.
Right.
And he hasn't. I don't think he's. We'll see. He gets. I don't know how many shots he gets, but let's see if he realizes that the right lane's a little toasty.
Just a little bit. As I mentioned before, so we'll get that all taken care of.
This is the house. This is the house network.
Yeah. Yeah.
there's where he's going to have his issues. I've watched 3 shots now, and they're probably checking up quite a bit.
And he's going to have to get away from that.
He's going to have to get away from it. He's going to have to move. He's going to have to move the zone.
Yeah, easy.
And because especially on the right lane, they're hooking. And I believe his hook that I saw is a lot earlier than Doug's hook. Doug's release point is further down the lane. Again, this is the top 2 qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. They were 1 and 2.
Yep.
So
no, this is
one
Raider was 3rd.
1 and 3rd. That's right. That's right. So here the Northwest Missouri Seniors Bowling Tour, here at Jesse Bowers Place, Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas.
Yep, there, and then he made a little bit move in and goes to half 10.
Yeah, he'll catch a little more scoot. So.
But I mean,
like this, bring me. Hey, I got like guy who brings me tater tots.
There you go. Tater tots and a brew. Not much better than that.
That's right.
But I will tell you where I'm stopping at on my way home. It's one of 2 places.
Taco Bell or
It's either Shuttle Pizza or Runza. Can you go against
mushroom Swiss at Runza?
No.
Don't get no better than that.
No mushroom. Don't need mushroom. Don't need mushroom.
All right, here we go.
But I didn't know anything about a Runza until I bowled regional at Mockingbird. And then someone told me about it. I'm like, ooh, this is.
So,
Okay,
we're going to
now the lane's opening up a little bit more, and
I think we're going to start the match off.
Kerry's going to
start the match all over again. A 10-pin and a 7-pin. So.
Kerry's going to be interesting now.
You know, you would say who's gonna fight the transition. I'm not sure it's transition right now. Then just pure out lane play.
I think Doug may have a little bit more transition since he's only been out there. I think on the right side, the big transition is already hit.
It's already happened.
So it's
already.
Just like migration.
Right.
So that's my thought.
I think the key to this match, Ryan, is what's Bear going to do on the right lane, because I think there's so much more hook on the right lane than there is the left for the right side. Oh, now you talk about your bad break, the smash 10. I think Doug went a little straighter that time. Because his ball didn't have to make such an abrupt move on the back.
Making the carry is going to be interesting now.
Yep. You know what this match could come down to be honest with you, because you watching like I said, I think he started to see a little bit more transition just because there wasn't as much play on his side. But I think what you're going to see is right there.
Well,
who's going to pick your spare? Who's going to make that bad decision on a spare because they got frustrated? Cause,
Well, and the other thing is, I don't know how much Rick uses speed control.
Oh my!
That's not speed control.
No. What that is doing, well, he looks like he hung on his thumb, but I think, like most of us do, when you get into that area, you want to, because you're trying to make the ball carry, you want to fit it. You try to fit that ball into the tube, what you're trying to hit, and when you do that, for me, if I try and do that, I'm always poking my left eyeball out. That thumbprint's on my glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he seems to be having some footing issues too.
Well, yeah, and where he's got a comfort or a discomfort feel going on right now.
Yeah, I seen him look at his stomach a couple times. I don't know. He bowled a lot of games yesterday. He bowled a lot of games today. I mean,
Right.
does that take a little wear on the callus of your thumb? I don't know. Now that looks like a better shot, but here it is. See, that's what I don't think he has seen that today.
No, he's ever, and
it's-
this is the time where okay, you've added 6 more games onto any pair that you have, so you're going to have at least 2 different transitions that's happened,
Well,
and now he's going to have to make that big. Right?
What I just tell you, that's going to be. I think that's going to be the key to this match. Is I think Doug's going to keep the ball in play. I think he's going to. So. It was interesting. We watched him going back, and I was looking at some of the things for me this weekend that I noticed that yesterday, my first 3 games was all 9 counts in strikes. I mean, I never left anything other than that, so I was
Right.
pretty fortunate until
and
we
it's,
got
and
later
it's almost
day.
to the point where when you get to this point here, it's like, just give me the pocket. I'll take
I'll take
whatever
what
I get.
And think about it is that's what I was telling you was going to happen here. I think Doug has the advantage, number one, because he's been on the lanes a little bit. But right now, his pocket is still there. I personally think that Mr. Cabrera needs to move. He needs to move his own. I think he's still trying to go too direct off the outside, and he's hitting that track, and then it's boomerang. As soon as he hits the track, it's like somebody kicked it.
Right. And it looks good about 40, 45 feet down, and then it just, okay, now we're going to go.
Yep. See now. He didn't. I think that was a mistake, but.
And he got off his hand a little bit better, too.
And he kind of piked it down. I mean, it was pretty much up and at him, and but he has got to move his own. And like we were just saying earlier, purple is
Purple is good.
Purple is good.
Purple is a good color.
Why, yes, it is.
You can ask Tom Hessen; he'll tell you purple is good.
See, there it is. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that one
he's
in just.
he's trying to fit the ball, and I think that is a common
And
mistake.
the problem is, and I don't know, I could be wrong because we can't see what the oil is, but where he's moving into, he's crossing past where Tony was. So I don't know if he's hitting a little bit of what Tony had coming across, and it's bumping it a little bit.
Tony was probably.
Oh, and that one just that ball
See, I mean, I hate to say
that ran hard. That ran hard.
that ran good. I tell you what.
Okay, so okay. So would you rather be doing this, or would you rather leave an 8-pin for the end of field ball of the 10th frame? I mean, you are a tournament leader, so there is that. I think I'll take today, other than yesterday.
Well, let's see here. So what we got here? Do we have a little mechanical breakdown here? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just a dirty old man. That's all it is to it. So, but that's okay. Is Doug going to change balls? Is he going to try something here, or what's he doing?
Oh, Rick, you want to go ahead and hit the reset on the left lane?
Hey,
That'll
there you
register.
go.
There you go.
Attaboy.
Like you will have to go up in weight class.
So Doug can probably coast in especially if he makes a good shot here, which I
Just stay clean, fill frames.
Knowing Doug, he went out a little further, and and it checked up.
And there's his transition, and it's a little bit bigger transition than what Rick was dealing with, because like you said, Rick is just staying a little bit too far right, trying to push it in there.
So, yep.
And Rick is like, oh, now we're hitting another transition off of it. Have you tried the peach?
Bush Light Peach?
Yeah,
No, not yet.
dangerous. I'm not a Bush guy, but
Right.
yeah, I guess we shouldn't be talking about alcoholic beverages, but
Yeah.
the peach. Yes.
Well,
What are you gonna do?
yeah, what are you gonna do?
We're bowlers, that's what we do.
That's what we do. Hey, we're blue collar people,
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
Blue collar people drink
You go-
alcohol.
You go to any league, and how many buckets are you going to see up and down the line? That's just what you do.
Like I said, we are a blue collar sport,
Yep.
and we have all walks of life that participate in our sport,
And we welcome them all.
and we have got one of the largest indoor sports participations around. So, like I said, I think
Doug's to the point right now where he just needs to keep the pocket where he's at and not.
we were talking
lose
about
unless he has to.
playing offense and defense, and I think Doug right now is, I think where we're at in this point in the game is basically put the ball in play and pick your spare up,
Right.
And I think that's what most coaches will always tell your players, the lanes now have transitioned into something that's probably not real good.
Right.
And so I'm curious of what Mr. Gebauer is going to do here. It seems like he did move a little bit here. Let's see how he. I can't see. So
He's still.
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
I-
I'm right
so-
with you. He's too far right now.
So I'm gonna go on ledge here and say that he's not used to playing left of about 15 to 20. I think his game is not. It's not his game. But and then he missed the spare again.
Wow. At that point, with the weekend that you've had,
Yes,
I'm looking at that going, he is exhausted
he's tired.
and he's done.
Yeah, he's mentally his mental game right now is really.
And then he's trying to feed it to the right
And
to
he
find a
can't-
little bit, and he's too early.
Yeah,
His roll's already tumbly.
Well, also if you look, I think he moved. The ball I think he's throwing is. It looks like it's a little duller ball. It's a solid ball. No, it's is that? Oh, that's a pearl ball. Okay, I thought maybe I don't think the ball that was strong enough to go what he wanted to do, but that's where he was gonna have some issues. There we go. Yeah, the baby. We finally pulled in. He put a Band-Aid on it and stopped the bleeding. So
You no longer have to worry about hitting 100. I think you're pretty safe on that.
yeah. So unless you throw it in the gutter,
Yeah.
and if you throw it in the gutter from there, I'll tell you we're having problems there. I'll tell you what. But yeah, I think it's what's tough, Ryan, for an individual that throws the ball like Mr. Gebauer does. He's pretty much he wants to stay outside. He's probably a guy who's, as long as he can stay up the track and outside, ball's in play all the time. But like I said, sometimes you get the D's, and unusual, even though it's a house shot here with all the play that it gets and all it's crossing, it burns up. And so if you're not used to hitting that and seeing that, which I think it's tough, and it's mentally killing him right now.
Yeah, it'll take a little effect on you for sure.
Yep. Oh yeah. You and I, as a bowler, you know that as well. I mean, there's no one more critical of your of the bowling than yourself.
Oh yeah. Anyone knows me knows how that sets up.
Yeah. That looks pretty good. And it was. So
Are these twisters?
no, yesterday was twisters. I
Yeah,
hate.
but I'm
you
looking
know,
at these. I can't tell what they are. They're not.
No, they're Brunswick. They're brand new.
Are they the
They're
okay.
Brunswick. They're, from what I understand, they're new Brunswick pins. They've been in about 3 months, is what I understand.
Okay, so they basically put them in the start of the league.
Yeah, pretty much.
Some places will put them in before the summer starts
Right.
to get a little break in, and then when the league starts back up,
Yeah,
you're
these,
good.
Yesterday we bowled on twisters, and KMA on the twisters. Okay, we'll just say that's my feeling toward
My
twisters.
son got educated on twisters out there.
That is
few
my
months ago.
feeling on them. I'm telling you right now.
I don't think you have to worry about that because they pretty much hit.
I think that had to do with something with our carry today because these Brunswick pins are only been in for about 3 months. I think is what I was told earlier. So yeah. So, well, we're coming down to the last 2 frames, and
So you'll be in we'll see you in St. Joe.
I will be in St. Joe. We have
So how does that work with you and Tony? Does Tony come down on?
Well, yeah, sometimes it depends if our wives go or something like that. But this time, Tony's having he's having an ugly sweater, and we found that out last night. Tony was having an ugly sweater and elephant party, Christmas party on the 21st.
Lord. I can only imagine what those gifts look like.
Well, yeah, it's a. So I got a feeling. What'll probably happen is I'll come down in St. Joe and I'll bowl the tournament, and then I'll go back
Okay.
to the party, and then Tony and I'll drive down on Sunday. So, I mean, we're fortunate at St.
It's
Joe's.
not like you're that far from Omaha anyway.
We're
from St.
hour,
Joe.
We're an hour and a half from Omaha, or from where I live.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's like me. I'm an hour from Topeka, where I live
right,
at, so
right.
I'd probably come home too.
well,
It's
that
not like you
was,
have to get up and head down to Emporia.
right. That was the 9th frame. I think pretty much ended over. Congratulations to Doug Herdenreger pulling in. I don't know what title number this is for him.
You know, I should look on the sheet, but it's probably 3, possibly.
Could be
It's on the website. I should have the website bookmarked.
up here.
How many? You'd have to.
Right. That's what we thought. This is
We guessed
Doug's
right.
3rd title. Congratulations to him. He doesn't know it yet, but he'll be in the bar.
It's on him now.
Congratulations to Mr. Kabauer. I mean, leading the tournament today, and I think he finished third yesterday.
Third yesterday. That's not a bad weekend.
Great weekend of bowling. Thanks to Royal Crest Lanes for having us here. I guess we're coming back. I think that's pretty good. Very
coming
nice
back already.
house. We look forward to coming back. And I know he wanted to end that wasn't a very good game, but pretty soon those scores will be cleared and things will be back to normal.
Kind of how it goes. So good having you back too, man.
Ryan, enjoyed myself. Thanks for coming back.
It is
There's
good to get out of the house too.
Good to get out of the house. Good to.
And the wife says thank you.
The wife says thank you. Yeah, that's true. God love her. She'll never watch me. Hey, it's so funny that the only time my wife. And this is so funny that I got to tell you the quick story, and I'll end it out here. I was on tour, and I was starting to bowl. I was bowling okay and stuff like that. Still having a little issues. But we're down in Arkansas, and we're bowling the trios. We're the trios down there for the PVA. So we're up bowling. I had a really, really bad day the first day, and I mean, really bad. I wanted to go home, and she says, "No, you don't quit tournaments. You go bowl and stuff like that." And Linda doesn't go very much. So we went. So we're bowling, and I actually started bowling pretty good. So I got into a. Yeah,
Get up in that weight class.
You
Everyone
need to
does.
go up in a weight class. So we're bowling, and Linda's back there reading her book. She ain't paying attention. I got a 6-bagger going, 7-bagger here, and I'm bowling really good. And then all of a sudden, out the window, and she comes down to me and she goes, "Can I ask you a question?"
Oh, Lord.
I'm going, oh God, okay, yeah, honey, what you got? She goes, "Why do you walk left and throw right?" And I had to sit there and think for a second. I'm going, well, I don't. She goes, yes, you do. Was
your
this
new
where,
coach.
Well, no, this is where I found out that I was having some vertigo issues. So,
Oh.
well, guys, thank y'all so much for having me, Ryan. I look forward to it. Thanks for
they
thanks
have
for
it around for a
everything.
little bit.
So we're gonna get down there. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna
Yeah.
do a little interview with Mr. Hergenreger and Mr. Bauer. Mr. Bauer.
See, now he's going to break the tradition because we always talk to the second place guy first, and now he's. But I did ask him, if he'd rather have yesterday and leave the stone 8 yesterday and leave the stone 8, or have today and leave the tournament and just miss it. What were you seeing? What was different with the lanes of what you were seeing?
Oh, it was all tore up for me. It was, when I was earlier today, I could play. I played straight all day, all 7 games. I was just straight, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, it looked like you were just trying to fine tune it, and it was your margin for error was like nothing.
There was nothing. No, there was nothing for me out there.
Hey, you took third,
Well,
tournament leader, take second. That's not a bad weekend.
real good weekend. I'm very happy with my bowling this whole weekend.
And Dad's going to be happy.
Dad's happy.
How you doing, Dad?
Yeah.
Is he watching again?
In North Dakota.
North Dakota. North Dakota.
Yeah, that's where he's sitting there, running his big screen TV, watching it.
There you go. Well, like we said, there's a little bit of lag. I'm going to get it loaded on there. He can watch again and won't have any problems with it. Nice bowling this weekend.
Thank you.
And then Doug Hergenreiter comes up, and you were so worried about us mentioning how did that Hergenreiter guy do yesterday that you were going to just make sure we didn't have to ask that question today.
Right. I threw the ball good yesterday. I just didn't carry very well.
Yeah.
I finished 6th and had a couple ringing corners and 8s and 9s on twisters. Pretty tough, right? This played great. Way hookier here than what I was playing with all day, really.
Right.
I was way right on the left lane, and the right lane played pretty straight.
You hit a little bit of transition going into that last game.
Oh yeah, and I was just trying to get through it. He was struggling a little bit, and I just didn't want to over push it, and I just trying to throw quality shots.
Stay clean and fill frames.
Just stay clean. That's what I tried to do.
Well, 6th and 1st, just good as Rick, so not a bad weekend for you either.
Fun. I love it up here. You guys treat us really well from Iowa. We got Dave Kuchera, John Shaw, Donnie Breeden. We all have a good time here.
It's a nice job. Congratulations. Number 3 for Doug Hergenreiter. And that's going to do it for us. So December 21st and 22nd at St. Joe for the non-champions on the Saturday, the regular open on the Sunday. We'll have the finals for both of those. And so for Dave Axon, thanks for joining us. For Dan, Tournament Director, Jesse Barrett, and the crew here at Royal Crest, thanks for joining us. Have a great Thanksgiving, and everyone be careful, and we will see you next month at Revolutions Lanes, December 21st for the Open, for the non-champions, and then we'll have the Open on the 22nd. So have a great Thanksgiving. Everyone stay safe.